Today, we're going to be working on the green Miata. We're just going to finish up these rear fenders and just get it looking a little bit nicer before we take it out. I just want to trim this excess off, and I decided I'm not going to weld it. I think that's just going to be too much of a pain. I'm going to end up filling this up with expanding foam. Then I'm just going to finish it off with some body filler. I actually didn't realize how easy it was to take off this section of the muffler. I thought it was all kind of welded together, but I'm gonna take this section off. This thing rattles around while I'm driving and it's actually super annoying. So I'm gonna take this section off. I think it's rubbing right there, but I'm gonna take this thing off. Might as well see how it sounds. It's obviously gonna be a little bit louder. Basically doing the same thing we did to that thing yesterday, taking off the muffler. Just like the Cressida, this thing still has the cat, but I think it has like a primary muffler and then it goes out to this thing. But we'll just take this thing off. That way it stops rattling around on me. One thing I didn't notice is that it actually downsizes from whatever this is, like a 2-inch, down to like 1 3/4 or something like that. Like that's pretty damn small. So this will probably sound a little bit better. So it's not very loud, but it does sound a little bit better. It doesn't sound very racy, which is good. Like I said, we're just gonna trim this off a little bit, probably in a little bit. That way, whenever I body work it, it kind of just comes out and up a little bit and meets at the edge. This is already looking a whole lot better. So the plan is to hit this edge in more, and then we'll fill this in with foam. That way we have something to actually apply the body filler onto, and then we'll finish this off and make it kind of look nice. The whole point of this is just to make it look as nice as possible without spending too much time. The front, we're really not going to do too much more besides make this edge maybe look a little bit nicer, but we just got to make this rear look halfway decent, and then we'll be able to move on, of course, to start building the bash bars and such. This is perfect. I'm actually really happy with the way that this turned out. You can see how close it is there. So it's basically gonna come up a little bit, and then we'll do some kind of joint here. I'm not really sure how it's gonna look, but we'll body work it later. But I'm gonna go ahead and replicate this on the other side. Hopefully we can get it as good as this side, and then we'll start spray foaming. Just kidding, I'm actually gonna spray foam this side right now. That way when we're done with the other side, we can hopefully at least start trimming it off of this side. I got the same exact stuff that I was using on the Cressida bumper. It's like this big gap filler, so that way we don't have to use as much of it. Now we can move on to the other side. And it's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. Now that both sides are done, we're going to go ahead and Bondo glass this. That way it looks a little bit better. Probably won't use actual Bondo. I think Bondo glass will be plenty. So since we have to bring the vet back in here, this thing's all sealed up so it can sit outside and not rust. I'm gonna throw the tires back on here, and that's gonna be it for today. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and peace out.